Supermodified qualifying will be Dave Duggan in car number 51. Duggan will be the first car to take his time trial. Green flag set to come out for Duggan in the 51. White flag lap for Duggan. 11.880 first lap for Dave Duggan. 11.880. Final lap for Duggan here in the 51 car. 11.672 second lap for Duggan, so the second lap faster at 11.672. Lonnie Anderson next to come out in the Belfab car number 8. Anderson, the second car to take laps in qualifying here. Green flag set to fly for Anderson in the 8. First lap for Lonnie Anderson. Gonna get the white flag this time by. We'll see what his time is in the 8 car. 11.824 for Lonnie Anderson's first lap. 11.824. Second lap time completing right now. 11.750 for Lonnie Anderson. All right, going to turn the microphone over to the voice of the International Supermodifieds, John Spence.
Okay, thank you very much. On the Speedway, it's going to be car number 5. That is Brian Sobis out of Granby, New York, in the CNY Power Equipment, the Brook Greenhouses Supermodified. All right, coming around to get the white flag. 12.399 for Brian Sobis on that lap of 12.399. And here's the checkered flag to complete his 12.073. The second lap for Brian Sobis from Granby, New York. Next up, the number 74 is Mark Salmon of Londonderry, Ontario. Check that, Rob Summers. And he's from America. Green flag is out. Summers in the Hoosier Tire East MacLeod Transportation Breed Salvage Supermodified. 11.555. 11.463, the second lap for Rob Summers. Next up, it's going to be car number 27, Jamie Timmons, the Woody's Auto Repair, Andover Street Auto Super out in North Andover, Massachusetts. Timmons' name, long time synonymous with Supermodified racing here at Star Speedway. His dad going back to the 60s as a car owner, fabricator, builder. Jimmy Timmons. And now the green flag is on the number 27. And he comes around. 11.856 for Jamie Timmons, the 11.856. And ready to take the checkered flag on his second trip around the quarter mile. 11.805, the second lap time for Jamie Timmons. Rolling out of the Speedway is going to be car number 14, The NR Research, Neptune Research, Martel Automotive, number 14, for Point Pleasant, New Jersey's John Gambuti. Gambuti set to go on the clock. And now the clock is going to tick for John Gambuti. White flag. 11.998. That's 11.998. The first lap for Gambuti. 11.808. 11.808. The second lap for New Jersey's John Gambuti. Rolling down onto the speedway. Trent Stevens out of Ravenna, Ohio, is in car number 19. Casper Auto Group ready to take the green flag now from John Spence Jr. And he's now on the clock. And now the white flag. 11.503. 11.503, the first lap for the Ohio driver. 11.481. The second lap time for Trent Stevens. Car number 28. Eric Lewis on the speedway. Car number 28, Lewis. Makes his annual trip here to the Star Speedway for the annual classic. As he gets set to get on the clock here. And now the white flag to complete his first lap. 11.599. 11.599 on the opening lap for Eric Lewis. And now the checker to complete his tour. 11.504. Third fastest. Third fastest right now. Rob Summers, fastest time so far. On the speedway right now is the Iceman. Tim Ice out of Seville, Ohio, the Great Lakes Petroleum Howe Racing Super. The Iceman cometh. The Iceman is on the clock. And the first lap completed. 11.531. 11.531. High off the quarter that time. Brought it back to the checkers at 11.669. Now Mark Samet's on the speedway out of London, Ontario, the Wells Foundry Art Curry Ltd. Number 78 now. Clock's ticking for Mark Samet. And we get ready for the white flag. 11.577, 11.577. And now the checkers for the Canadian entry. 11.507. All right, now Rob Summers has set the fast time as as we get set to put another car under the clock. Trent Stevens has got the second fastest time. A 05. Jeff Abold. Abold on the Speedway. As Abold gets set to complete his first lap. 11.460, that's your fast time. 11.460. Abold's got the fast time. 11.468 on lap number 2, so Abold has got the top spot. Next up is going to be car number 84. Resalvage Patco Transportation sponsored Super for Mike Lichty out of Innerkip, Ontario. Lichty's been the victory lane here with the ISMA Series this year. Lichty's always a driver you'll want to keep an eye on. Always in contention. It's set to go under green. Ready to complete his first lap around the quarter mile. Star Speedway. 11.483. 11.483 is the first lap time for number 84, Mike Lichty. 11.461. Second fastest right now. All right, now we move on to the bright yellow number 7. The Schroeder and Sons sponsored Super for Tommy Tombarello out of Haverhill, Massachusetts. Tombarello going under the green. Here's the white flag completing lap number 1. 11.412. Tombarello's got the fast time. 11.412. 11.494. So Tommy Tombarello's got the fast time right now in car number 7. Returning to the wheel of car number 61. Mike Ordway Sr. is in the number 61. CNR Radiators, JRI Shocks car. The Clyde Booth entry. Here's the green. And Ordway Sr. is on the clock. White flag, one more lap to go. He's got the fast time. 11.370. Ordway Sr., the fast time. 11.492 on the second trip around the Speedway. So we've bounced from Tommy Tombarello to Mike Ordway Sr. setting fast time here for tonight's 50th annual presentation of the Star Classic here at Star Speedway. On the Speedway, it's Ben Seitz. Calls in from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Bourne, Massachusetts, to be exact. The LaRusso Heavy Equipment Cape Cod Aggregates, number 17 for the former Neiman Midget star, who certainly has made his mark known with the ISMA Supermodifieds. So Mike Ordway Sr. comes out of retirement, hooks back up with Clyde Booth, and right now is the fastest time so far in the time trial runs for the 2015 race. The 11.573. 11.573 is the first lap time for Ben Seitz. The 11.525, lap number 2. 11.525. On the Speedway is going to be Eric Shirey out of Amherst, Ohio, the Casper Auto Group Super. As he gets set to turn his lap times. 11.525. If you've just come into the Speedway time trials for the ISMA Supers, here's the green flag. On behalf of the Weber family, we welcome you to Star Speedway for the 50th annual Star Classic. Here's your first lap time coming now for Shirey. 11.519. 11.519 for the driver of number 49, the Ohio entry. Here's the checkers on lap number 2. 11.565. 11.565, the second trip around for Eric Shirey. This guy really needs no introduction, but we'll let you know who he is anyway. He's the Raleigh Rocket in car number 11. Chris Purley from Raleigh, Massachusetts. Lachey Concrete Products, Purley's Marina, Granite State, salvage number 11 on the Speedway. Somehow you know this guy will be around in that feature and making his presence known. 11.371. Second fastest time. All right, Purley's got the fastest time. 11.363 for the Raleigh Rocket. So he takes the top spot now. Wrestles it away from Mike Ordway Sr. Next up, car number 55, local entry, TJ Company and Tri-City Linex. Sponsored super from Mike Nedishin out of Auburn, New Hampshire. Nedishin on the Speedway. We'll be doing double duty here tonight. .350 champion here at Star Speedway. Looking to get into the classic here tonight. White. 11.495, the opening lap for the Star Speedway champion. Here's the checker. 11.510, the second trip around. So Curley's got the top spot on the Speedway. Former Classic winner John McKennedy out of East Chelmsford, Massachusetts gets back in car number 79. Ready to take his time. Victorious this year. With the ISMA Supermodifieds. Here's the checker. Former Rookie of the Year with this traveling group. Boy, when he won here, he was on a rail that night. Here's the white flag. Christopher's Towing. 11.409. Third fastest. Checkers. 11.480. 11.480, second lap for John McKennedy. Car number 37 is on the Speedway now, being pushed out here. Another local racer, Raymond, New Hampshire's Jeffrey Locke, and the Locke Train Service Charlotte Equipment. Number 37. All right, Locke is locked in on that green flag here, making his first trip around the quarter mile. Here's the white flag. 11.274, we got a new fast time. 11.274. 11.440. All right, so Locke comes out here and takes the position of the fastest qualifier. Car number 98. Justin Belfiore out of Ipswich, Massachusetts, in the Arts Ipswich family cab. sponsored Supermodified. $11,496. 11,496, the first trip for Belfiore, and he completes lap number 2. 11,394. Fourth fastest. Fourth fastest for Belfiore. There was a question as to whether this car was going to make it out here, but they crashed it down there to get this car ready for competition. The number 97, Timmy J, coming off a win at the Oswego Speedway a week ago tonight. The Independence, Ohio Hot Shoe is in Howie Lanes, number 97. The Dr. Mom Reader Electrical Essex Seafood Supermodified. Also sponsored by Harrington Paving. All right, 11,226. There's a story right there. Timmy J's fastest time. 11,290. So Timmy Jedrzejek is now the fastest qualifier. What an interesting story. After seeing that car being worked on down in the pit area, there was a big question mark as to whether they were going to be able to compete. But you know what they say, it's not over until it's over. And as the old Nesmer slogan was, what was it? A winner never quits and a quitter never wins. All right, green flag. Car number 25 on the Speedway, Dan Bowes. Northeast Metal Technologies, L.B. Marston Associates, sponsored Super out of Byfield, Mass. The Byfield Bullet. $11,332. The first lap time for the driver of car number 25, Dan Bowes. 11,323. The second lap time. Supers keep making their way out here. It's going to be car number 95. The Shoe 2 is on the Speedway. North Ridgefield, Ohio's Dave Schulich Jr. Schulich Jr. is on the Speedway, getting ready to go on the clock. Let's see what he's got to deal these guys. Shoe 2 ready to complete his first. $11,082. Wow. $11,050, lap number 2 for number 95. This is the last car to take time. The number 21, the Baldwin Cranes, Harrington Paving, Hudson Contracting, number 21, Eddie Wickham Jr. out of Westford, Massachusetts, on the Speedway. A final car to time trial is on the clock. White flag, one more. 11,265, the first lap time for Eddie Wickham Jr. 11,265, and the checkered flag. 11,307, the second time for Eddie Wickham Jr. So there you go. That concludes the time trial sessions to establish our starting grid here tonight for the 50th annual Star Classic here at Star Speedway. Okay, let's quickly run down the time trials. Dave Schulich, 11.050. Timmy Jedrzejek, second fastest, 11.226. Eddie Wickham Jr., third fastest, 11.265. Jeff Locke, fourth fastest, 11.274. Dan Bowes is next in the pecking order, fifth fastest car, and 11.323. Chris Purley, sixth fastest car, 11.363. Mike Ordway Sr., 11.370. Justin Belfiore is next with 11.394. Ninth, the ninth fastest car was John McKennedy with 11.409. Tommy Tombarello's 10th fastest with 11.412. Jeff Abold, 11th fastest, 11.461. Robbie Summers, he was quick fastest early on. He is 13th fastest with the conclusion of the session, 11.463. Trent Stevens, 14th fastest, 11.481. Mike Nedishin was next, 15th fastest with 11.495. Then Eric Lewis, 16th fastest with 11.504. 11.507 for Mark Salmon on the clock. That was 17th fastest time. Then we had Sherry in car number 49, 11.519. Ben Seitz next, car number 17. He was 19th fastest, 11.525. Tim Ice, 20th fastest, with a time of 11.531. Dave Dugan was 21st fastest with the 11.672. Lonnie Anderson, who's competing here tonight from Salt Lake City, Utah, in car number 8, 11.750. Jamie Timmons was next with a time of 11.805. John Gambuti was out there in car number 14, 11.808. And Brian Sobis, the Granby, New York driver, 25th fastest time, car number 5 with a 12.073. So that's a summary of our time trial runs here today as these drivers are down in the pit area right now. Of course, their crews going over each and every one of those race cars to prepare them for competition here tonight at Star Speedway.